Well, this is a case that has gained worldwide attention. An Iranian woman convicted of adultery was sentenced to death by stoning. But international outcry spared her life temporarily. Now there's a disturbing new development. Joining us with the very latest is journalist and Mideast expert Lisa Daftari. She's been following this case closely. Good morning, Lisa. Great to have you here. What is the latest in this case?
The head of judiciary in the province where she is being held came out and said she has to be killed, and if we don't have the means to stone her, then we'll go ahead with a hanging. But what they're waiting on is to refer this case to the religious higher-ups, and once they get the nod that the hanging can be used in lieu of stoning in the case of adultery, which is punishable by stoning according to Sharia law, then they won't delay and they'll go ahead with the hanging.
We should just remind people, this that you're looking at on your screen on the right-hand side, she's 44-year-old mother of two, Sakina Mohammadi Ashtiani. She was convicted of adultery in Iran in 2006 and then later an accessory to murder. Her family has always maintained that she's completely innocent of both of those, as she has always maintained that. Was there a trial? Is that how it works?
Right, so they've maintained her innocence because she has been charged in a loophole in Sharia law, which states that she can be convicted where if the judge is suspicious in this case. And in her case, that's, and also the Iranian government, the paradox in this case is they try to make an example out of her, to say to the Iranian people, don't go out to the international community, don't try to get help, this is what will happen to you. But in the meantime, as they tried to publicize her case in order to make an example out of her, it garnered more international attention, and obviously that pressure is what scaled back. But right now, the Iranian government's basically thinking most of the Western world is busy with the holidays, Christmas, New Year, they're busy shopping, doing whatever it is. Eyes are not on this case, eyes are not on the news. This is a great way to resurface the case and do what they want with her.
Now that it has gotten so much international outcry, though, is there any way for them to back down from the death penalty?
Well, I don't know about backing down from the death penalty, but it is customary for cases that receive this type of pressure to be scaled back in terms of the punishment, and scaling back would be hanging instead of stoning.
But how is that scaling back? I mean, they're killing her by hanging instead of stoning. That's still a murderous, horrible outcome.
And stoning is reserved for mostly women and cases of adultery, whereas robbery or drug trafficking or anything like that is punishable by hanging. So they're basically saying they're doing her a favor because they don't have the means. They're not even admitting to the fact that international pressure is what's keeping her alive.
But I mean, it just help us understand in terms of face saving. Could they just say, okay, because all of the international community doesn't want it, we won't kill her? Or would they do the opposite?
Well, there has been a statement by the same judiciary who said, well, we're a little bit relieved in the fact that she's serving out her prison sentence. So it's not that she's actually free right now. She's still in prison. But, I mean, I think this is a game that they're going to keep resurfacing. If they don't end up killing her, then it'll keep going back and forth the way it has been, unfortunately.
Oh, it's just so horrible. But Lisa Daftari, we appreciate you being here and always bringing us the latest.
Great to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.